This is one of the most shocking and one of the most damning scams to rock our country. The Vyapam scam is damning because it hits right at the heart of our nation, at our job-seeking youth. And it is shocking because of the large number of sudden and mysterious deaths that have suddenly struck those who are involved in the case, either as key investigators or crucial witnesses. There have been over 40 such deaths, and yet no one knows why. What is going on? To start at the beginning, what is Vyapam? The Madhya Pradesh Vyavsayik Pariksha Mandal is a professional examination board which was initially entrusted to conduct professional examinations in 1970. Subsequently, in 2007, Vyapam's scope increased to cover examinations for appointments and recruitments in government departments, which included departments like transport, education, police, excise, dairy, etc. So suddenly, this board was given major recruitment powers as it became a single window clearance for government-run medical colleges, engineering colleges, as well as recruitment in several government departments.
16,000 students in Madhya Pradesh have committed suicide just because they missed some numbers in the examinations and they didn't got selected. Who is responsible for that loss?
But it was really 5 years later, on July 2013, that the lid opened on this can of worms. A FIR was registered on 7 July 2013 at a police station in Indore's Rajendra Nagar, claiming that few people with fake ID cards had checked into a local hotel with the aim of sitting for the medical exam under false names. Apparently, each had been assigned a roll number and would be writing the exam for the actual candidate, all for a fee of course. Subsequent investigation showed that this fee sharing covered not just Vyapam officials but also other bureaucrats, influential middlemen and even local politicians. The list of those involved is set to go as high as the Chief Minister's office. The state's former education minister is already in prison.
Because it is not possible without their support to get through the process. Once you get through, as I have already mentioned, the modus of operandi and the rest of the things, it's huge database to work on it.
Suddenly, from a local cheating scam, this became a major political hot potato as senior Congress leaders jumped in, raising allegations against the Chief Minister. They alleged that the local investigating agencies had fudged data that had the initial CM written against 48 candidates, claiming that these candidates, who were helped to cheat their way through this exam, were sponsored by the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
दुख की बात यह है कि जहां जिन लोगों ने ये जुल्म किया है, वे तो आराम से प्रदेश में और देश में घूम रहे हैं, और जो हमारे मासूम बालक और बालिका हैं, छात्र और छात्राएं, वे आज भी जेल के सलाखों के पीछे बैठे हुए हैं. ये कहां का न्याय हुआ मतलब?
Whistleblower Prashant Pandey, who was asked by the SIT to help probe the case, alleges that the data he recovered from the hard disk of one of the accused has the initial CM being mentioned 48 times. It also has Uma Bharti Ji and Raj Bhavan against several candidates. But the Excel sheet submitted by the SIT to the MP court did not have any of these entries.
I just wanted the investigation should be in proper manner. The very first thing, if some BJP persons I had recently heard on various channels, they said we are having the most competent agencies working on this investigation and this investigation is going on in the right direction. So I would like to ask one thing to them, that whether if they were very competent agencies, then how could they make such a blunder by they do not know how to collect the electronic evidences without following the mandatory procedure by the Supreme Court of India and even the Evidence Act. How can they took it so easily and for granted just to tamper with the evidences, or is there any other reason for that?
Congress leader Digvijay Singh, in his writ petition to the Supreme Court, claims that the tampering of evidence was done by the local Indore police to benefit the Chief Minister. For according to Digvijay, both the CM and his wife Sadhna Singh are implicated in this scam. Digvijay claims that call details between the accused and landline and cell numbers in the Chief Minister's house would establish this connection, but these have not been presented by the SIT before the Jabalpur High Court.
इस पूरे व्यापम की चार्जशीट एक एक्सेल शीट जो कि नितिन महेंद्रा जी के कंप्यूटर से सीज की गई है, जब्त की गई है, उस पर ये केस आधारित है। जिस अधिकारी का गोपनीय प्रतिवेदन मुख्यमंत्री लिखते हो, वो अधिकारी अपने मुख्यमंत्री के खिलाफ कभी प्रोसिक्यूशन इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं कर सकता, और इसीलिए हमने सीबीआई की मांग की थी।
Pandey agrees with Digvijay, stating that mistakes were made in collecting the data, and later there was even a holdback of information given to the courts.
There are some differences, like the dates of seizures are differing as per the data, and what exactly happens is, you can imagine yourself that a constable who doesn't know even that what is the difference between a hard disk and power supply unit of a computer. He is seizing an important utility from the office of Vyapam.
For his part, Shivraj Singh Chauhan claims that he is the original whistleblower and states it is he and not Digvijay Singh who has been demanding an investigation in this case.
मैं उनकी आंखों में कांटे की तरह चुभता हूं। जमीन पे मुकाबला कर नहीं पाते, इसलिए जब भी विधानसभा का सत्र आता है तो कोई न कोई मिथ्या आरोप मढ़ देते हैं। यह आरोप पहला आरोप नहीं है, इसके पहले भी आरोप लगाए गए और सारे निराधार साबित हुए। ये असत्य है, निराधार है।
Initially, the Chief Minister tried to brazen it out, but as the death toll mounted and demands for a CBI probe grew stronger, he had no choice but to cave in to pressure.
भगवान से प्रार्थना कर रहा था, मैंने न्यायालय से प्रार्थना की थी, हमने माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय से भी प्रार्थना की थी सरकार की तरफ से कि व्यापम की जांच अब सीबीआई को ही करना चाहिए, क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि मेरे पास अगर कोई पूंजी है और मध्य प्रदेश की जो इमेज है वो इमेज खराब हो रही थी, संदेह के बादल घनीभूत किए थे और कांग्रेस तो मध्य प्रदेश को बदनाम करने का काम कर रही थी, और अब सीबीआई जल्दी से जल्दी जांच शुरू करे ताकि सारी चीजें सामने आ सके, सारा सच सामने आ सके।
But what is much more horrifying is the large number of sudden and mysterious deaths that have struck those involved in the scam. Some of the dead are young students who paid to take the test to get into medical or engineering colleges. Others are job aspirants who took the test to become either police officers, inspectors or forest rangers.
Some of the accused, called racketeers in police files, have died from poison. Others have died in freak road accidents, or by consuming too much alcohol, or by hanging. One medical college dean died in a fire, another dean died of poison.
If the probe were correct, how is it possible that the things are going on, going in fact so rough, like a dean of a medical college can burn himself, as he understand, he was expert in forensic sciences, he know more than 200 type of poisons, and he selected the worst and most painful kind of death if he ever wanted to.
A medical student was found dead on the railway tracks. The son of the state governor too was not spared. An accused in the scam, he was found dead at his father's house in March, ostensibly from a brain hemorrhage. A young and healthy journalist had a sudden heart attack while sipping tea with the parents of another victim. Last week, 29-year-old Narendra Singh Tomar, an accused who was in prison on charges of arranging impersonators for medical school applicants, complained of a chest pain and died soon after in hospital. His family told reporters that they suspect Tomar was murdered.
पहले भी करीब 6-7 डेथ जो आरोपी हैं उनकी हो चुकी है। नम्रता डामोर करके आदिवासी लड़की थी एमजे मेडिकल कॉलेज इंदौर की, उसको भी ट्रेन से फेंक दिया गया था। पुलिस ने उसके केस को सुसाइड केस बनाया, लेकिन जो सबूत हैं वो कोई दूसरी कहानी बयां करते हैं, जैसे उसके साथ ये सेक्सुअल असाल्ट हुआ, रेप हुआ, फिर उसको फेंका गया। क्योंकि जब आप उसकी पूरी पीएम रिपोर्ट देखेंगे तो उसमें सारी चीज़ें थी।
Even the whistleblowers live under constant fear of a threat to their lives. Prashant Pandey claims one such attempt has already been made on him.
If you can narrate some of the incidents that have taken place with you, with your family members, and how difficult it had been.
It was very, very much difficult. I Actually, it was just a family function we were returning from at the night, and as my wife was in another car, her car's headlight bulb was not working, so we just exchanged the cars. She took mine and I took hers, and I have seen my wife car. It's rolling on the road, going just around, and my son, a 4-year son, my father, my grandmother, and my wife all are inside the car, and I could see that a truck from the side hit a car and just ran away. And when we approached the police just to mention it is an accident, so they even didn't reacted on it, like just they knew everything.
It is all this which has added a macabre and a very threatening twist to a local bribe and corruption scandal. And yet, there seems little hope of getting closure or justice.
And now we are going to be talking to Digvijay Singh. He, as you know, is a former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. He's a Rajya Sabha leader. But for us today, what is important is that he has appealed against the Madhya Pradesh High Court order, which gave virtually a clean chit to those accused in the Vyapam scam, which is high-ranking officials, bureaucrats, and even politicians. In fact, in his appeal to the Supreme Court, Digvijay Singh has filed a case against the state of Madhya Pradesh, against the Special Task Force and the Special Investigating Team. His contention is that the investigation was not done properly in this case, and actually vital evidence was either blacked out or not presented before the courts.
There is no such thing as a clean chit.
Then why is he claiming a moral victory?
Because this is what Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan BJP is. Always claiming false victory, misleading the people.
So what are you appealing against?
See, the point I want to make is, in short, I will tell you what has happened. Vyapam is an organization called Vyavsayik Pariksha Mandal, started in 1970 for pre-medical tests, pre-engineering tests, pre-agriculture tests. And it went on. In 2006, they changed the act and also started recruiting non-gazetted government officials through that. In the meantime, the BJP Minister for Professional Education, Technical Education, Lakshmikant Sharma and Sudhir Sharma, who was his OSD, they, through Nitin Mehndra, who was a computer expert, they evolved a strategy by which they could sort of fudge the examination through different methods. And it started from 2006. And it was reported in the press in 2010, 2011, 2012. And it was in the Vidhan Sabha also, the statement of Mr. Home Minister, Mr. Babulal Gaur, so that we are investigating into it. Now in 2013, the Indore branch, Indore police, crime branch police, got information that there is in a hotel room, some people are preparing for the examination, they've got the papers. So they raided the place, and then on the basis of that, they made some arrest. This is where the first FIR was filed. But the government was aware of this happening through the questions raised by MLAs in the Vidhan Sabha.
Congress MLAs.
Yes. Congress, BJP and independent, all. So the Chief Minister says that he initiated the proceedings is a lie.
Yeah, he says he is the whistleblower.
He is not the whistleblower. In fact, he is the culprit who allowed. Can you imagine? All this was going on since 2006 till 2013 under his nose. His Chief Minister's office official has been sent to jail. Governor's OSD has been sent to jail. Governor's two sons have been named. The FIR has been registered against the governor himself, and his ex-minister is in jail. How was he so unaware? Mr. Om Prakash Chautala was convicted for recruiting 132 teachers. Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan on the floor of the House has accepted that more than 1,000 illegal appointments have been made. 43 people have already died who are either witnesses or accused. And it is a case of thousands of crores. And this state task force, the STF, which is investigating this case, how can it investigate the Chief Minister himself? Can a police officer who is working under the Chief Minister, whose confidential report is written by the Chief Minister, ever investigate the Chief Minister? That is why we have demanded that it should be handed over CBI.
But tell me something, you in your statement to the Supreme Court, you have made the state of Madhya Pradesh, the Special Task Force and the SIT as co-respondents. Yes. So you are basically alleging that the case was mishandled, and you also said they tried to save the Chief Minister.
Exactly. That is, and you know, we have the mirror image of the original disk which had been recovered from Nitin Mahindra's laptop, which is the basis of the case of Vyapam. And it has been tampered. We have proved it through our own investigation by Truth Labs. That is all there. Now, the SIT and the High Court has sent the pen drive that we gave to be verified to the Crime Branch Police Indore and STF, against whom we have made charges of tampering. That means the prosecution is asking the accused, are you guilty? So this is they make a mockery of the whole thing.
But they are saying we sent it to Gujarat, to a lab in Gujarat.
Again,
DSF.
that was earlier. That was earlier. And that too, a Gujarat State Forensic Science Laboratory has got a dubious record, because CBI had raided the Gujarat State Forensic Laboratory and had found that they had tampered the photographs and picture images in the Ishrat Jahan case. And the CBI, the then officer, had recommended that the director of the institute should be prosecuted. And this director, who retired, he's been re-employed by Gujarat state government. For 6 years, a retired person is carrying on.
We need to take a short break, but don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Congress General Secretary Digvijay Singh. Welcome back. We're talking to Congress General Secretary Digvijay Singh about the Vyapam scam. But you also said that you have phone call records between the Chief Minister and the accused.
We have a phone call record which we have given to the STF.
But will you give it to us also?
I can give it to you. I have no problem. It's on my website. You can collect it.
All right.
All my letters to the SIT, STF are on my website. You can access it. The the message was sent from the phone number of Mrs. Sadhana Singh.
That's Chief Minister's wife.
Yes. It was sent to Mr. Sudhir Sharma, who is in jail. That was forwarded to Mr. Pankaj Trivedi, who is in jail. It was forwarded to Nitin Mahindra, who is in jail. And that person was selected.
Jail has better connectivity than you and me. We have to go out to get a signal.
There you are. There you are. So how can those persons who implemented the direction be in jail, and the person who initiated be out of jail? She's not being investigated. The other thing is, in the whole case, there are 7 or 8 departments where recruitment has been done. The investigation is not even complete in one department. And medical college, so 90% of the cases are still to be investigated.
So what is also worrying are these mysterious deaths.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you know about those?
Now, the government of Madhya Pradesh says, no, not 43, 25 people have died. Okay, even granted, 25 people have died. Give me one case in a criminal case where 25 accused and 25 witnesses have died under mysterious circumstances. That needs an inquiry after all. And you know, innocent people are in jail. There is one case of innocent girl who and her parents who sold their whatever they had to get herself into medical college, and she is in jail. Her father is in jail, and they don't know what to do about it.
So you're saying they're arresting the wrong people while the right people are sitting in the government
They are
bungalows.
arresting innocent people who thought this is the only way to get in, paid money, they are in jail, but those who took money are outside.
The organizers outside.
Absolutely.
And who are those getting killed? Are the
mostly accused and witnesses. And again, the state task force police officers are making money. The last case of Narendra Tomar who died, his family alleges that one of the DYSP from the STF demanded 7 lakh of rupees from Narendra Tomar. He said, if you harass me like this, I'm going to expose all the big names. He dies within a week of that. He was a young, healthy person, of the age of 35, 36, and he suddenly dies one night. They have alleged that he's been killed.
What do you think? What about the governor's son, who's they say that it was a natural death or a medical death? But what do you think?
Well, I don't know. It has to be investigated. That's why we need a CBI inquiry.
So you met the Prime Minister on Shivraj Chauhan issue also, I remember. What did he say?
You know, he has been talking about I'm clean, na khaunga, na khane dunga. So we thought we should raise this issue with him.
What did he say?
He said, I'll look into it. He's looking into it.
But that's been a month or over a month.
Yeah,
it was in
so
April, May.
That proves the point that he says something and means something else.
But have you gone back or have you
Why should we go back now? We don't trust him.
But he is your Prime Minister for at least the next 4 years.
He may be my Prime Minister. He is of course my Prime Minister. But the kinds of promises he has made and the kinds of sort of actions that he has taken, he sort of promises a lot of things, but he's short of delivery.
Well, on this positive note, I'm afraid we'll have to end the show. But as you can see, that was Digvijay Singh at his usual explosive best. From us, that's all this week. Thank you for watching this edition of Cover Story, and we'll see you again same time next week.